You regard the inordinate amount of applause heard in the House of Commons as the canary in the coal mine. It's the sign that we have a real problem in this country. You call it a disease. Why should we be so concerned about that?
Well, it is indicative, isn't it? You don't see it elsewhere. Applause has been banned in the British House of Commons for 300 years. All you do in the British Parliament is, you sort of mutter, yeah, when you like a point that somebody's been making. Contrast that to the Canadian Parliament, where every few sentences, particularly when a leader of the party is speaking, his whole caucus jumps up to applaud. This is not normal. People don't do that normally. And when they are doing abnormal things, it's worth asking why. Well, one reason is no one wants to be the person who's not jumping up. Well, why is that? Well, because they're terrified of the leader. This is a kind of a loyalty exercise that's performed every day in full view of the public, where you have to kind of debase yourself in this way because it really looks, supine to be jumping up and applauding at the most banal statements. I mean, once in a while, yeah, but it's not like these are earth-shattering events. It's just they're required to do it. And we see this, I'm not trying to draw invidious comparisons, but you see this in dictatorships, this kind of flowery, over-the-top, exaggerated shows of loyalty to the leader. The members of parliament, who are supposed to be people with some power, are in fact the most powerless. They're the ones who are most required to make these stagey displays. It just shows you how low their status is sunk.
As we just heard, you're critical of the theatrics that take place in Parliament, and yet you insist that Parliament is supposed to be theatre. But it seems as if you want that theatre to be reimagined.
That's right. It's bad theatre. It's fake theatre. The idea, however, that Parliament is a stage on which the controversies of the age are played out in front of us, I think is valid. So it's always going to be a little bit staged. Nobody would deny that because it is in public. But at its best, it's voicing people's fears. It's bringing forward controversies that maybe somebody would prefer weren't brought forward. It's giving representation to people who don't get a lot of representation in life, don't have a lot of power in their daily lives. It's acted out in front of us, partly to dramatize it for us, to get us as a public who have 1,000,001 distractions in our life, to get us to pay attention to these things, to simplify it in a way that people who are busy with their own lives and aren't paying a lot of attention can understand at least the broad significance of it and the importance of it, and sometimes the urgency of it, to give them the broad outlines of the fight. So a parliament that can hold the public's imagination that people think is an important place is a precious thing, but that's not the parliament that we have.
You've been listening to a clip of In Bed with the Elephant with me, your host, Adrian Harewood. Be sure to check out the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. And please be sure to like and subscribe to the podcast and write a review. We love hearing from you.